everybody, let's talk about 2026 goals. Hey everybody, my name is Sophie, the Bookish Floor. Welcome back to my channel. So today what we're doing is we're gonna talk about my reading goals, my life goals, my spiritual goals, my personal goals, mostly my reading goals and what I'm planning on doing, but also some of my life goals and my intertwine. I know that a lot of people have been doing this and a lot of people have been kind of mixing and telling you what they're gonna do, and I think that most of us are in the same channel. I think most of us kind of went through it last year, and it's no surprise that we're kind of going through the same things this year of wanting to have a more balanced life, wanting to live more of a reality, more out there, not being so obsessed over what we see online, so obsessed with what we do for like our hobbies or even our professional and kind of life, and kind of have a more balanced kind of feet on the earth, grounded life. And yeah, mine is gonna be a little bit more of the same. But before I do that, again, hi, nice to see you, welcome back, or hi and welcome if you're new. I know I took a very long hiatus after Bookmas, after day 12 of Bookmas. I just decided to take a break, and yeah, this is actually January 12th. Here in Mexico, we celebrate Dia de Reyes. In case you don't know, that is when the three wise men uh, visited baby Jesus and gave him presents. And even though I am not religious, I'm not Catholic or Christian, we still kind of celebrate all of the holidays here, and we do put our shoe under the tree. The kind of idea that you put your shoe, every family celebrates it different and every person celebrates it differently, but you put your shoe either on the windowsill or under the tree or whatever. We mix them because, again, no religion here. So we put our shoe under the tree, and the three wise men show up and bring a present to little reader. So they did that on the 6th, on the night from the 5th to the 6th. And because that was last week, we still have that week of vacation. And on the 12th, which is today, January 12th, Monday, everybody went back to school. Everybody went back normal. A lot of people that went back to work, they went back on the first week of January, but because of that holiday, a lot of schools and things like that are just getting back. And I decided to just go with the schools, because why not? Taking a long rested time, and I am just starting my year. I took a very long break because 2025 was a year was a very stressful year, was a very intense year. There was a bunch of like memes going around of if 2025 were Taylor Swift lyrics, and one of them said, "Were you someone by someone who wanted me dead?" And I posted that one because boy did it ever. 2025, I ended my year with a I was gonna say what do you call that, like a fender bender, like a yeah, like a fender bender. Someone crashed into me like from behind, but it was so hard. Luckily my car was okay. I apparently was okay, like nothing happened, but the whiplash was so bad that a week later, I like the pain I was in a week later, not even that particular week, because I took medication as soon as it happened. Like a doctor, I was seen by a doctor and all that. I took medication and all that, but a week later, when I was like stop my medication, that's when the pain really hit me, and I had to extend my treatment and all that. And yeah, I'm just getting like better right now, and that was like a couple of days before Christmas. So I think that was on the 22nd that that person crashed into me because they crashed from behind, and this is the 12, and I'm just feeling a little bit better. Like my shoulders still hurt, like if I describe it like if I slept like crooked or something right now, but this is January 12th and I'm still in pain. So yeah, like 2025 was a doozy of a year. So once that happened, I kind of checked out and I was like, I'm done. And I didn't want to come back until I felt like I was ready and willing and wanting to jump in with like my whole heart. I didn't want to come back here like half doing it. I just really wanted to come in with all my energy. And yeah, I didn't even want to talk about it, the accident, anything beforehand, because I was kind of in a fragile state. But now I can laugh about it. I can leave 2025 behind, and I'm really looking forward to 2026, trying to have a different mindset, trying to have a outlook that I'm gonna focus on what I make of it, and I'm gonna change whatever I don't like, and I'm have more control over it, because last year felt very out of control, I think, for a lot of people. And I think this is where I'm gonna go into my goals with you guys. So 2026, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if you've been here for a while, you probably remember this notebook. I've been using it since 2024, I think, or 2023. So I don't buy like planners or anything like that, because planners have dates and years and all of that. And I do have my 2020 planner, which, I mean, that probably like wasn't gonna be ever anything, obviously. But yeah, that's when I would gave up buying planners with dates. So I just got a notebook, decorated it however I wanted, and I just simply, if I stop doing my planners or I don't want to do them anymore, I don't have any commitment to it, I just stop. And then whenever the next year comes, I just put a little like marker to separate the years, and then I continue. So this is what I'm gonna do this year. I just put like my year 2026, and I selected 4 words that I want to kind of focus on. Then whenever I feel like disconnected, fragile, like I'm not focusing on it, I'm gonna select these 4 words. And also I just the idea for me to do all this came from several different spaces. One of them is actually Cozy K. If you don't follow her, follow her. She did a video reset the other day, and I was like, again, I was just chilling, kind of watching things and observing, and she did a video reset, and I did the exercise with her, and it was so much fun to do that. And it kind of also gave me energy to start doing my own stuff, and I did this exercise with her, and I really liked it. So I already had a couple of things for myself picked out, but it also helped me see more clearly what I wanted to do. So for my 2026, my 4 words are gonna be trust. I'm gonna trust that myself mostly. I'm gonna trust the universe, because last year at the end of the year, I did 13 days of winter solstice, where you put manifestations or things that you wanna, instead of putting resolutions, you write down 13 things that you want to live by or do or be in the new year. And then each night of the solstice, starting in December, you burn one. And that is you sending that into the universe. If you believe in that, if not, this is the first time I do it. You send that into the universe, and the universe is gonna be in charge of creating that for you. And then the last one that you have is the one that you are gonna be in charge of taking care of that and building that and focusing on that one. So the word that I'm gonna be using for myself, that I trust myself, that I know what's best for me, and that I know what I'm doing, also what I'm doing here and what I'm doing professionally and what I'm doing personally, is trust. The other one is happy. Last year I did a lot of work on things personally and professionally. There's a lot of times that we keep working on ourselves, that we all the things that we keep seeing on TikTok and Instagram and social media, and even things that we are like not necessarily there, that we are actually consciously uh trying to learn, whether it's courses or therapy or whatever you're doing, uh, that you are searching online for answers, and that you're broken generational curses or whatever it is that you're doing. However, if you're constantly in that mindset, you're always uh, working on that and looking for TikToks and looking on Instagram and looking for courses, and all year you spend that doing that and doing that and doing that, maybe you already did all the work, and maybe you already have all the answers, and you already have all the techniques. But if you keep looking for that, looking for that, looking for that, you're kind of in that circle, and you keep thinking that you still have a problem, and you're still in that kind of bubble of that problem, but you already have all the solutions, you already have all the tools. And I found myself last year being in that, being kind of in the hamster wheel of the problems, when I already had all the solution, I already had all the tools, I already have all the ways to kind of take myself out of those negative situations, but I was just running around in that circle. So I just wrote that word happy because I felt myself last year being unhappy, but because I was running around in a the hamster wheel, and I don't know if that makes sense, but I didn't realize that until the end of the year, that it felt so negative, that it felt so, and obviously with everything that's going on around the world, that kind of amplifies it. But and it applies the same thing. It doesn't have to be personal. If you see something online and you're learning about something, whether it's a war or some, or the economy, or whatever politically thing it's going on, or the, or I don't know, it has to be like civil rights, or whatever it is that you're fighting, or whatever it is that you're arguing, or that you're fighting for. If you already have the information, if you don't already have um, strategies or techniques or things that you can do, tangible things that you can do in your community, you don't need to consume any more information on that. You already know the facts, you already have the things that you can do, then go do them. You don't need to be constantly consuming information about them, because all you do, again, you get on the hamster wheel, and all you see is the problem, the problem, the problem, the problem, and you feel like you're drowning in the problem. But you already have the solution, you already have what it is that you can do, because we can't solve everything, right? We can't fix whatever it is that it's going on, especially if we don't live near certain cities, we are not involved in politics, if we are just involved in our community. There's nothing that we can do over there, but there's a lot that we can do over here. There's a lot that we can do when it comes to polls, there's a lot that we can do when it comes to voting. That's what we can do. But when it comes to actual tangible things that we can do, there's a lot of things that we can do in our community. We can be informed, but then that's a jump off that hamster wheel and go do in your community. So I think that it is important for you to be happy, jump off that hamster wheel, be happy, and do things. So that's where will also, that's the other word that I wrote down, will, because I have the will to do things. I have the will to remove myself from situations, and I have the will to do the things that I need to do to move on, to or make a situation better, or to get involved in my community. So again, I saw myself just being stuck and not actually doing anything, and just kind of drowning in the situation. And again, personal, from things that I saw going around the world that felt so frustrating. It felt like we were all just drowning in things that were personal, as a global citizen, as I don't know, as readers. Even in the reader community, there's a lot of discourse going around, and we can all be fighting that discourse and kind of responding. I saw a lot of that. There was like a popular discourse going around in one of the social medias, and then immediately go and do a video arguing that discourse. Why are we jumping on that? For views, or for what? Like, just do your videos, do your tangible things that you actually like doing, and there's no need to add to that conversation that is just the hamster wheel again, the audiobook conversation, whether it's reading or not, the how many books did you read at the end of the year, whether that's reading or not, do you have a real job or not, and that's why you read so much. Like those conversations are, if you only read certain books, are you reading for knowledge or not, is it responsible or not, like do you read diversely or not. And I am someone who, and all my description says read diversely, I read diversely. And then this year I found myself reading a lot of romance, and I don't care because I do read diversely. But if you see my this year my whatever tracking, and if you only met me this year, you might think like this girl has no brain cells or whatever, if you're following that discourse. But that's what I needed because I'm so involved in other things outside of that, that it was too much for me, that I'm that it's, yeah, it would, like, real life was too much, so I needed that. So yeah, you don't know, or we don't know what people are going through or seeing or what they're involved in real life, so we cannot judge them. So let's stop being so let's maybe be less involved in discourse and more involved in actual actions, and let's remember that we have a will to do things outside of this conversation. And then the last one is creativity. I put creativity because, again, I want to be maybe less involved in watching so many things and watching so much discourse, because there's positive and negative. So you want to watch the positive discourse to not get inundated with the negative. But even the positive, at the end of the year, I realized that the people who were defending my social media was inundated with positive videos defending whatever topic it is. But it was the way they were defending it was so aggressive that it became like so negative, like let's defend with torches, right? So it was like, what am I consuming again? So this year I want to consume less, watch less, and create more things, and even in my content, hopefully I'm gonna be creating a little bit more and not put on this discourse. And I feel like even the way that I presented all my words has a little bit of that discourse, and I'm not liking it that much. So maybe I'll edit this, I don't know. But yeah, those are my 4 words: trust, happy, will, and creativity. Knowing that I'm gonna have the power and the knowledge and the tools to create more of a positive life, not toxic, but just more of a brighter environment, even when things are dark and dim, so that it can be a place not to be blinded, not to close our eyes and ears, and ignore what's going on. But when you know what's going on, you can use whatever tools you have to change that, in your own place, in your own environment. Not to ignore it, but to make the small changes that you need to make from your community on up, because the changes are from the baseline and then they go up. That's what you're supposed to be doing, hopefully. And then my phrase, I have a phrase that I like to repeat to myself, in case anything is going on. And my phrase is gonna be, I'm happy and I have the power to see the light in every situation. So whatever is happening, and again, not see the positive, see the good, see the light. So whatever it is that is going on, whenever is even the darkest, I can see the light. I can see a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of something that I can transform, something that I can do, a spark, an idea, something that I can take from whatever it is that it's going on. Even if it's something bad, what action can I take to make that? So seeing the light in whatever situation is, that is, what action can I take to change it, to move it, to transform it, to do whatever. And happiness doesn't mean that I'm gonna be smiling and then I'm gonna again be like nothing is happening. Is Happiness is also in acknowledging that something isn't right, and then I have the power to leave that situation, to remove myself, to change it, to transform it, to take a step to um move it to again transform it to whatever. Okay, and that's it for like the intentions or whatever it is surrounding. Now, from tangible goals, actual tangible goals that I want to do. Some of them are professional here, some of them are personal. So let's start with like that channel, or I have them separated by color. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there you go. So some of my goals are gonna be, I want to do like batch filming, because if you know, if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm gonna say I used to, I'm gonna try to send this into the universe. I used to be a chronic girly. I suffer from migraines. I've been trying a lot of new things. The last thing that I've been trying, like before you send me all your all your messages, all the things that I should be doing, I have a doctor, I've been on treatment, I know the thing. So thank you so much, but I've been on everything and anything. So thank you, but I already taken care of it. But the latest thing that I'm trying, it seems to be working, so hopefully that's gonna stick. And I've been doing very well. So that's the positive thing that I ended with 2025, at least for December. So hopefully that's gonna still be going on. And I'm gonna try and do batch filming, because sometimes I can't film because the migraines were just so bad that I couldn't. So what I'm gonna do is on Mondays, I'm gonna try to batch film as much as I can. So whenever I can't film, at least I have that. And hopefully on Mondays, I'm gonna be able to at least do 2-3 videos, and I just have to edit the rest of the month. I do private consultation, if you guys don't know. So I do 1 day of consultation a week. So again, that's not gonna be kind of getting into my YouTube thing, into my filming and editing. I'm gonna have 1 day of editing. I'm gonna have 1 day of creative post. So that's when it comes to like my working schedule. I have 1 day for filming, 1 day for consulting, 1 day for editing, and 1 day for creating and scheduling posts that would be on social media and all that. So that's the thing that I want to do. And also here on YouTube, I said that I was gonna do it, but I did it once and then I haven't done it again. But today I'm gonna start. I want to start focusing on my post on my community. I want to post every day in the morning, so I'm gonna go do that in a minute. So kind of like morning pages, things like that. I want to try and do that, post every morning on my YouTube. I haven't said this and I don't have it here. Probably gonna write it here at the end. But one of my goals is to transition out of Instagram and Facebook and Spotify and Amazon. I do not want to be contributing to those companies. I don't want to be in those companies. I don't want to be consuming, doing anything with those companies. So I do want to transition out of them. I know a lot of other places have issues also, but those are the ones that I feel least comfortable with. So I do want to transition out of those. I know that that might be shooting myself in the foot, but they're not really helping me either. So I do want to kind of get out of there. And everybody's everywhere anyways. Everybody is on TikTok, everybody's on Substack, everybody is Blue Sky. I'm there too. I do want to create my own website and have that be, because yeah, have that in a place that you can, where you can go and have all my stuff just in one place. So hopefully I'll be doing that. But that's kind of a goal for the end of the year. If by the end of the year I don't have Instagram, Facebook, Spotify and Amazon, I would be grateful. I'm gonna see how, if it's at all possible for me to not be in there. That would be great. Okay, and then goals, like personal goals. I want to create more than consume. I want to have movement, whether it's walking or whatever it is. So just breathe some fresh air and move. And I want to do cozy hobbies, more of my cozy hobbies. I wanted to create videos from my cozy hobbies. I don't necessarily want to create videos from them. That would be great if I have the time to do that, but I'm not going to force myself to film them. I definitely want to do them. Like I said, I want to create more than I consume, and I think I spend a lot of time consuming book content instead of doing my hobbies. And I think that I should just have one day where I consume the content that I like, because there's a lot of creators that I like, but I don't need to be watching them all day every day. And I used to just watch one day, and that was so great. And now that's the first thing that I do, turn on the TV and start watching the creators that I like, and that can be all consuming. So I just want to like pick one day and watch them. And then for personal like goals that I have when it comes to money, keep budgeting. I always do that. Save my money and only spend on my needs. I always do that every year, but I'm always gonna write them down. When it comes to, like I said, more meaningful, more like spiritual, I guess, more introspective goals, I want to be present. I don't want to be kind of thinking of all the things that are going on that are I don't want to catastrophize. I think I catastrophized a lot last year. Like, I kept thinking about all the horrible things that are happening, that could happen, that might happen, that how I do a lot of my mind goes a lot into the what ifs and scenarios, and I can create, because I also write, I can create a lot of scenarios, and I can create all the possible outcomes and all the possible solutions, and my mind can go everywhere when it comes to writing. But also when it comes to real life, I can create all the possible scenarios and all the possible ways that it can go and all the possible solution, and it just gets out of hand when it comes to life. So I just want to be really present and really connected to reality. I want to focus on what's real. I want to be practicing gratitude for what I do have, and not focus on what I don't. And look for the happy, like, again, look for the present, look for what's good, look for what's here, and not look for what's lacking. And then I also want to focus on skills. I know that last year a lot of people were doing the personal curriculum. I've been a tutor, I've been a teacher in middle school and high school. I've been a professor in colleges and universities. And as someone who has actually done the training and the actual development of curriculum, those videos of personal curriculum sent me through the roof. Guys, they drove me crazy, because one of the reasons why people hate going to school and hate learning is because of traditional ways of teaching. And a lot of the people creating personal curriculums, and a lot of creators telling you how to do your personal curriculum, and telling you how that you have to do this and you have to do that, is the reason why people hate school. And I couldn't believe that creators who are super creative and energetic were doing that, and I wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna recommend and they were readers, because Sierra actually is also involved in education, and she is actually not telling you how to do your personal curriculum, which is step number one, green flag. And a good teacher and a good educator is, she's not telling you how to do it, because they understand that each person has their own way of learning. So Sierra and John are explaining how they're doing their personal curriculum, and they're just showing you how they're doing it. And that's perfect for you to take, and maybe you create your own based on what they're showing you. And then I can't remember the other creator's name. I'm gonna put her right here, because I'm forgetting her name on YouTube. But she has awesome content. And she also, I think hers is a little bit more like, this is what I did, this is what you want to do. It's a little bit more guiding you, and maybe if you want to follow her. But again, she's not telling you exactly this is what you have to do. There's one creator who is telling you this is what you have to do, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not gonna say their name, obviously. uh but if you find those creators, they're trying to tell you how to do the personal curriculum, and they're telling you you have to do this, that's a red flag for me, because you can do whatever you want. It's your own personal curriculum. Those who are telling you this is what I'm doing, this is just an idea, if you want to follow it, great. If you don't, great. Those are green flags. So Cozy K has one. This other girl who is amazing, that I'm forgetting her name, has one. And they were readers, Sierra and John have one. So if you want to do like personal curriculum, follow them. I'm not gonna show you mine, because as someone who creates curriculums, I'm not doing one. I just followed my own intuition when it comes to learning. But these are the skills that I want to work on this year. I want to work on writing. Want to keep working on my writing. I kind of work on it and then I let it go, work on it and let it go. I'm just really want to go ahead and work on it this year. I want to learn D&D. I am actually watching videos non-stop. I've been watching a lot of videos. I think I'm gonna do solo playing D&D, and then once I'm comfortable with that, I might want to join like a team for like campaigns, like a group. And then dungeon master is what I want to achieve, so I can help little reader and like friends and play D&D with friends. But I don't feel comfortable obviously starting right now, so I want to do solos, and then I want to join maybe a campaign, and then try and be a dungeon master. And then I want to learn about gifted profiles, gifted children. When it comes to that, there is a family member who is gifted, and I do want to go ahead and learn everything. We've already known for a few years about this, and I've been studying about all of that. But I do want to kind of learn everything and anything, and kind of train and be all involved. And I'm kind of working with someone else with that, and maybe do a project. I'm not gonna talk about it here, but maybe do a project when it comes to that. So I do wanna learn about giftedness and all that it entails. So those are the things that I want to learn this year. When it comes to reading goals, my reading goals are gonna stay the same as always. I want to read 100 books. Well, I just like yeah, last year I bumped it up to 120, and it was impossible for me to do it last year. It was a really tough year. The years before I always leave it at 100, so this year I'm gonna leave it at 100. I think that's gonna be an attainable goal every year, 100 books per year. I am gonna be doing a little bit more of a mood read this year. I know that I am a diverse reader, and I'm gonna try my darnest, my best to try and continue being a diverse reader and read diverse voices. But this year I really, because I'm trying to focus a lot on my mood, because again, last year was dark. She was sent by someone who wanted me dead. 2025, I need this year to be, or at least start a little bit lighter. I'm going by mood right now, and yes, still trying to get diverse readers in there. But right now, whatever my soul is calling for me to read, that's what I'm reading. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I am gonna do that. I do wanna diversify my genres though. I am gonna do that. So this month I already started with a sci-fi. I'm reading a nonfiction. I read a mystery. I'm gonna read a romance next. And I think I have a lit fic after that. So yes, I'm diversifying definitely my genres 100%. My authors, I do want to do that. I do want to do that. This month might not be the most diverse month, but because I'm starting really light, hopefully for February I normally do uh Black History Month. So hopefully in February I'm very excited. Hopefully it'll be full of African American and Black authors. So I'm gonna start doing that. And MK Jameson I wanna read. And let's see who else. Oh, and I also have like all of these are my TBR. My physical TBR is right here and right here that I wanna read. So these are priorities. So these are the books that I'm prioritizing this year, these two batches. These are the ones that I'm gonna be focused on my physical TBR. Definitely that is another reading goal. I'm gonna be probably doing a series about reading my TBR. So yeah, those are my goals for 2026. Let me know if you have any reading goals, life goals, hobby goals, whatever your goals might be. Let me know how your year is starting. Hopefully 2026 is gonna be one of the best years of our lives. Even if it's not, at least it's gonna be a calm, cool, collected, chill year with not too much chaos. And if it is, at least we have like tools to like confront it head on, and at least for it not to kick our asses like last year. Let me know how you are feeling. So anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, there are all the ways that you can support my channel are right there on the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do that bell thing. And yeah, if you made it up to here, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and comment a little star so we can start the new year with a little star. We can all shine bright like a diamond. We can all shine bright this year. It'll be a great year for all of us. And yeah, we can all keep reading and keep blooming. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.